Come on, which number? Camera 1, 2, 3. Which number is it? Right, please.
Ladies and gentlemen, a big warm welcome here from the Continental Hotel in Malta. With popcorn and more from Malta. Proudly
Macedonian, who wears black, his name clearly emblazoned across the back of his shorts. Heavy hitting man from Skopje, 6 fights, 5 inside the distance, in against Gigoshvili, who's been around the block a time or two. 18 wins, 21 defeats, has been stopped 20 times, and I'm sure Cvetkov will be keen on making his stoppage number 6 on his CV so far, as they just have a little bit of a feeling out process in the fantastic surroundings in Malta. And alongside me for the evening, a man who's seen it all before in the ring. Oh, and a good body shot very early on. The left hook to the body before he even get a chance to introduce Derry Matthews, and that was a shot you'd be proud of, Derry.
Yeah, it was a good scoring shot. To be honest, I was going to say the other guy who took the knee was looking well, but it doesn't look like it's going to go much longer than this.
Well, the body work again, and I think Gigoshvili has felt the power of Cvetkov and doesn't really fancy any more of this. The referee, I'm sure, is going to count him out here. I don't think there's much ambition left in the man from Georgia. No. An early night again for Cvetkov. Big Todorche Cvetkov, who makes it 7 wins out of 7, 6 inside the distance, and that was easy work, Derry.
Yeah, it was an easy night's work. I don't even think there's less than a minute gone. And you don't get paid for overtime in this game, so well done, good win. Good start for the night out in Malta. As you said before, great surroundings. It's a great venue. I've been over there on a couple of occasions, done a couple of training camps out in Malta. As the show goes on, you'll see the packed crowds come in. Vaughan Boxing always has a good crowd, good following around them, and as the night goes on, you'll see a huge crowd and a great entertainment.
Well, this is the shot that did the damage. It was the left hook originally. He followed it with a right.
Yeah, it was a left hook, and I thought the right sort of was a solar plex shot. But it was right on the button. But it was the left hook. I think the left hook round the side. And I think it's the finisher, is it? Well, that's back on the still on the first knockdown. Yeah, it was the left hook, followed by a right to the solar plex, and you could see from the first knockdown you weren't going to do much, because I don't think many scoring shots in the second instalment. So 1 out of 1.
Well, let's get the official results. The MC for the night, Bob Blundell.
Ladies and gentlemen, all group of Malta, Block 1 proudly presents 6 rounds of boxing in the super lightweight division. Our three scoring judges for this contest are Stephen Cook, Niclas, and Mark James. Our timekeeper at the bell, Martin Bennett, and our referee in charge is Evan Niclas. Ladies and gentlemen, that is our officials. It is now time to introduce our boxers. Introducing first the boxing out of the red corner wearing the black shorts. On the schedule, she weighed in at 63.9 kilograms. Taking part in the third contest as a professional from Peru, Rosa, Maria, and Carrion. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome her opponent facing here across the ring and boxing out of the blue corner. Wearing the grey shorts. On the scale, she weighed in at 64 kilograms. She goes to the ring with a record of 2 wins and 1 loss. From St. Helens in England, Liv Hussey!
So on we go. This in the super lightweight division, 6 2-minute rounds. Wearing all black in the red corner, Rosa Maria Acoston Carrion from Peru. Has a record of no wins, 1 loss, 1 draw in against Olivia Hussey. Her 4th professional fight, 2 wins and a loss. It was a shock loss last time out, albeit against Vaida Masiukati, who can give anyone trouble on the night. So Liv Hussey will be determined to erase the memory of that defeat and get her very promising career back to winning ways. Hussey, who wears the white vest and grey and green, gets to work, claims sense of the ring and pops out those shots. And Derry, a girl you know well and a girl with plenty of talent who had an off night last time out, and she's going to work very well in this opening round and catching Carrion at will, really, with the headshots.
Yeah, I think last time out, she, I think Swifty brought her back to the drawing board, and she's come out here all guns blazing and looks very promising. As you said before, former GB star, so we know she's got it, we know what she's about, and she's got an excellent corner in Stephen Smith, and I know this kid can go on to big things. She's very, very promising, being an outstanding amateur, and one blip in your professional career doesn't mean the end of the world, and I think she's proven that tonight.
It has been a very fast start from Hussey. Oh, good right hand there, excellent shot, and the Peruvian seems to take it well, but now Hussey, again, having plenty of success, and she can't really miss with the headshots.
No, yeah, I'd like to see a left hook come off the right hand. The right hand, a great scoring shot, but just finishing up with a left hook. But so far, so good. In control, that right hand, she can't miss all night with it, and she's looking the part.
Well, I think Carrion's already shown she's tough, but really, she's doing nothing to get out of the way of any of those big right hands.
She's staying there, she's not going on the back foot, she's holding, trying to hold the centre of the ring, carrying, but I think Liv just looks, too strong, too sharp and a bit too smart for her.
A good sweeping left hook as well. And then I think, from Liv's point of view, she might already be wondering, what have I got to do with this girl, because she's taken some punishment in that opening round.
Yeah, I think going back to the corner, I think Swifty, Stephen Smith, they give her some instructions, and I think she can go and apply them. And to be honest, it looks very one-sided as the first round come to an end, and be interesting to see what she's got left.
There's a big right hand early on. Carrion just stood there and pretty much took everything that Hussey threw at her.
It's a cracking right hand. Just follow up with a left hook. Put in more danger.
Second round.
So the second round, this one's scheduled for 6, of course, 2 minutes. A huge night of action at the Intercontinental Hotel in Malta, and this is brilliant work again from Hussey, who's just absolutely demolishing Carrion, and the referee, quite rightly I think, has seen enough. The eyes had gone of Carrion. She took a lot of punishment in the opening round, but you could see there was more intent, the accuracy was there, and eventually the punch resistance was gone from the very tough Peruvian. But excellent work from Hussey.
Excellent work again. The right hand couldn't miss with it. She did follow up this time with a left hook, and I thought she sustained the attack. The referee, great call by the referee. From here, left hook on it, coming up, there you go.
Yeah, it was a good stoppage. She was only going to take more and more. If she stayed on her feet, that was, but excellent work from Liv Hussey, and just banished the demons and had that first loss. And you know yourself, it's a mental hurdle to overcome, and Liv Hussey has done everything she could tonight to help get rid of that.
Yeah, the main thing was just getting back out there and getting back out there as soon as possible. And you know, everyone thinks a defeat so early on in your career is the end of the world, but it's not. You know, big things are going to come for her. And as I keep stating on, she's got a good team. I know that. I think Paul manages her, Stephen trains her. She's around good fighters in the gym. They train out to the Four Corners gym. They're around good champions. Young Stephen Clark's there, who's an up and coming prospect as well, who's for me ABA champion, has won the lot. So she's around good people, and I wish her all the luck in the world.
Our referee has stopped this contest. After 16 seconds of round number 2, declaring your winner by TKO, Liv Hussey! And this is a big round of applause for Maria and Carrion. Ladies and gentlemen, now take on our next contest. Please welcome first and making their way to the red corner from Serbia, Vanja Dumitrov. And ladies and gentlemen, please welcome his opponent making his way to the blue corner from rounds. Making his professional debut from Liverpool, England, Mitchell
So we have a super middleweight clash, 4 3-minute rounds. Vanja Dumitrov from Serbia. In the red corner wears the black with green band in against Mitchell Walsh, the 34-year-old from Liverpool who makes his professional debut at the Intercontinental here in Malta. Wears all black. Just pops that jab out early. Walsh, who has experienced plenty of action on the unlicensed scene, and a good right hand to maybe settle the nerves. And Mitchell Walsh, a man you know well, Derry Matthews.
Yeah, Mitchell is a very close friend of mine and one of my amateur club's main sponsors, if not the main sponsor. And he looks relaxed, nice and calm. And as you said, he's been as an amateur boxer early on in his younger days. He boxed for St. Teresa's, then he went into the unlicensed scene. Had a good couple of wins out there as well, and so far so good. He looks like, he's knuckled down over the last couple of months. I know he's lost a lot of weight building up to this, and he's lived a life as a true professional. A couple of months back he come in to see if he had anything left in training, and he come there and he performed in the gym, and then he said to us, I want to have a little go at the pro scene and see how we can work out. And this looks an interesting fight, if I'm honest. In a more experienced fella who's come to win, and so he's tested himself, so all credit to him. He's come out there and he's actually wanted to have a proper fight.
Well, an overhand right there just rocked the unbalanced Mitchell Walsh. Just kind of, I think it was more of a balance thing than anything else.
Yeah, more of a balance. I'd just like to see Mitch keep it nice and long, keep it nice and simple. Don't engage in a fight with this fella, just get the win. Just keep him on the end of that jab, and stop trying to knock everyone out with every single shot, and scoring shots are what pay off in the end. And
well, Dumitrov is very experienced. This is his 47th professional contest. He's only got 3 wins, but he did win last time out. That was back home in his hometown of Kikinda in Serbia. Prior to that, he hadn't won for 3.5 years, so yeah, been around the block, doesn't win very often, but plenty for Walsh to just be wary about.
Yeah, the referee, I think the referee's got to give him a couple of warnings for a punch in the back of the head. But again, as I stated before, Mitch could have picked an easy option, but he picked the opponent, and he wanted to test himself, and credit to him. Keep it, all you have to do is keep it basic, keep it simple.
Just looking for the right hand there. Walsh just trying to get in the range, just catches one on the way in there.
He's just got to be careful about the big left hook. But apart from that, I thought Mitchell just nicked that round. Pretty close, but I'd say he nicked that round. And Robbie Butler, I'm on him know well as well. When I first turned professional at 18 with Georgie Vaughan, we went and used a gym called Bridge Road, and Robbie was the gaffer in there. It was Robbie's gym. We based our camp out of there, and I've known Robbie a long time, so I know Mitchell's in good hands. But he has got to be careful these overhand shots, as we can see in the replay. He's got to be switched on, keep everything nice and basic, keep everything nice and straight. I've seen Mitchell spar over the couple of years in our gym. I remember him coming in. We have a guy in our gym called Farmer Tom, who we put Farmer in with anyone. He's tough as all boots, and Mitch got in there one day with him and had a good round with him. Give Farmer Tom a terrible time, if I'm honest. Farmer ended up retiring at the end of it from boxing. He said, that's me done, I'm going to walk away from it and I'll support Mitch. So if Farmer's watching, you've been on the receiving end of some of these shots off Mitch.
So this one's scheduled for 4, round 2, and again it's that looping left hand that seems to be the shot from Dumitrov, and tries it again with the right as well. Fairly wild operator.
As you can see, he's been around the block, switching. One of them awkward guys who you've got to, you know, back on the jab. When he's hitting the head or the body, just score. That's a great backhand, lovely backhand by Mitchell. That's it, just be sensible. Just them overhand shots.
That awkward style of Dumitrov. And it has lessened the pace in this second round. It's understandable, really. It's a debut. The nerves and obviously the eagerness, it's all going to play its part.
Yeah, and eager to please the crowd. You know, Mitchell's talking about 50 people up there from Liverpool. He's a popular man in the city. And he's impressed me this round. He's, you know, as you see, the opponent took the foot off the gas. Just keep it basic. I know Mitchell will be very fit. Bobby Butler will have had him in great condition. And again, as I said, Mitchell just lived the life of a true professional. He's worked hard on himself. If you only have to see the transformation over the couple of years with his body, the shape of him as well. And he's been listening, which is the main thing. He's been listening to his body when he needs a rest, and he's scoring with some cracking right hands. Again, though, he's got to be careful with this over the top shots.
Oh, he's just taken a left hand there, just takes a knee. I wasn't quite sure, he looked like he was slightly distracted almost at that point when the shot hit home. Just taking a breather there, but the referee's taking a count. Could be in a bit of bother here. Mitchell Walsh makes the count.
Yeah, it must have been a body shot. I thought he slipped on his ankle at most, but looks like it's been a scoring body shot. So, you know, he's got to be switched on here, Mitch. He's got to not try and have a fight with him, tie him up. I like to see the replay to see what it actually was. It must have been a left hook to the body.
It was deceiving, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Well, an interesting end to the second round. And he looks a bit dejected going back to the corner. Mitchell Walsh, more disappointed probably.
Yeah, he looked in control of the round as well. He was in control, scoring some cracking right hands. It was a left hook.
Was it a glancing shot? Oh, yeah. There, the left to the body. Yeah. Yeah. What was deceiving? It looked like the left hook to the head was glancing and hadn't really caught him, but it was, as you say, it was that body shot there. Yeah, it was a slight, almost delayed reaction from it.
In professional boxing, the referee doesn't say break. So Mitchell stepped out with his, you know, to go again, and that's why he's being caught stupidly.
Well, it was round 1 to Walsh, according to Derry Matthews' scorecard. Second round, well, with the stoppage, that makes this debut for Walsh very interesting now, and Dumitrov is really having a go now in this third round. And Walsh is fighting fire with fire.
Yeah, just be careful, be sensible more than anything.
Oh, and the body work again, I think. And Walsh just takes a knee. Good hooks, he was just really swinging him in, Dumitrov. And he makes the count at 7, Mitchell Walsh. Still 2 minutes of the round to go.
He's an awkward opponent, and no.
Well, he's going to target the body now as well.
He's going to stay on Mitch now, isn't he? But Mitch has got to just be careful, fighting fire with fire. and as we said, with the 2 knockdowns, he's really got to go for it now.
But again, a big right hook to the body, and Walsh fell down again. The towels come in.
Yeah.
Well, disappointing for Mitchell Walsh, but he took, as you said before, a very experienced opponent for his debut, got in there, and again, good first round, caught with the body shot at the end of the second, and that turned the fight in Dumitrov's favour, who did, in fairness to him, go about his business very well in that 3rd round. Targeted the body, the damage had been done earlier.
Yeah. Well, it's hard for me because obviously being Mitchell's friend as well. But listen, he's a credit to himself, a credit to his family. I can see his dad on the screen there, a little boy at home as well. You know, he'd be good to more than him, but not everyone can step foot in a professional ring. He challenged himself, and good on him. He could, he didn't have to do that. He could have picked any opponent, but he knew what he was getting involved with, him. Hats off to him. But look, back to the drawing board, back to working with Robbie and see what the plan is for him. But again, the opponent was a very game opponent, come to win and come to have a go.
Yeah, successful businessman Mitchell Walsh doesn't need to do this, just shows you the mettle that he has.
No, it's just, listen, he loves boxing, he's a boxing fanatic, and he won't mind me saying that, he lives it. He backs every up-and-coming prospect in the city. Again, you'll love it, he'd be happy as laddie. He's made the professional debut live on the telly. His family have all travelled out as well, and you can't fault them all for trying. Again, I'm absolutely gutted with being his close mate. But again, he's a credit to himself, and as stated before, a credit to his family and the people around him.
Well, Jason Cervantes operating out of the red corner, wears the blue and white, originally from Colombia, now based in Spain. In against Casey Kademi, the 30-year-old from London. Wears the red and white with the black band. He's started very snappily indeed. Just looks very composed. Just turns that jab into a little sneaky hook. And already causing Cervantes plenty of problems. And Kademi, 11-3-2 is the record. 11 wins, 3 defeats, 2 in his last 3. In fact, but with a point to prove maybe tonight against a very experienced southpaw in Cervantes. He's switching all over the place actually.
Yeah, he looks very big as well, Kerim. I've seen him box Ryan Farag from Liverpool before. He's coming here with a point to prove.
That was a good left hand who really rocked back Cervantes, and he's going about his business now. Kademi, he knows he has his man hurt, and he's just flicking out a fairly lazy jab there, the Colombian. I think Kademi can smell blood here.
Yeah, he looks very sharp, he looks switched on. And I see he's got a bit of a puncher's glove, what he's wearing. A lot of the big hitters around the country are wearing them gloves, and he's fancied himself in a pair today, but again, he looks good, jab looks good, looks in control.
He took one on the way in, but he wants to, well, he's willing to take one to land the heavier blows there.
I think there's been some talks of him and Wazim, who's chief support tonight on the show, of a potential contest. I think that'll be an excellent fight. Again, that flyweight and super flyweight division at the moment is in the country is absolutely booming. You know, Sonny Edwards, who for me is the main man. You fire as well. You know, it's a great division. Conor Butler, Jay Harris, Ryan Farag, Brandon Dior, who I think is a cement from Liverpool. I think he's most probably one of the most avoided kids in the country. No one will go near him. Him in that mix with all them stars will be, you know, be very, very good. And you could have our own, basically our own Super 6 just with the flyweights and super flyweights in our country.
A good solid round from Kademi's point of view, and Cervantes, who is an awkward journeyman, 14 wins, 35 defeats, 3 draws, can cause some problems, but good work from Kademi overall. Snappy work early on. Kademi just rocked his man. I think at that point possibly felt he could get him out of there. Cervantes was durable. Just catching his man with some heavy artillery, but did take a couple on the way in.
Yeah, just got to be clever, not stupid. Good first round.
And this one's scheduled for 6 rounds.
And again, as you stated, he's coming off. Well, out of his last 3 contests, he's only won. He's lost 2. Sorry, so you know he's getting back in the mix, getting back involved in big fights coming up. It'd be interesting to see if he's coming back off an injury. You know, as you can see the strap on his knee, so whether he is coming back off an injury.
Well, good work again from Kademi. As you say, that's the strapping on his knee. Did get a bit of rust out of the system. It's been busy. Yinkasaido back in September, 4-rounder. Got some rounds under his belt. notice not so long ago the Farag fight, just back in June, just last, that one on a decision.
Again, beats Ryan Farag is not, you know, there's no shame in that. Ryan's a tremendous fighter, strong as an ox, and improving with age. I say about Ryan Farag, he's like a fine wine. The older he gets, the better he gets. And he's got another fight coming up with Marcel Greatweight. Another show promoted by Stephen Vaughan coming up. So, you know, it's all good in the flyweight, the super flyweight division. Everything's looking promising for the lighter guys who don't get the recognition I don't think they deserve. Everything's all of a sudden is all about the heavyweights.
Kerim, he's just got to switch on a little bit here. He's just allowed Cervantes to get back in a little bit and maybe boost his confidence a little. Caught him with a good left hand there. Now he gets back to work.
Yeah, I don't know why he changed from keeping it nice and long to want to work inside and tight guard being a target for the opponent. Just keep it nice and long, keep it basic, and win the rounds, get the rounds in the bank.
That was good work, good movement there.
He doesn't need to be there.
Cervantes has just been on the front foot in this round. Again, pops out the jab. Kerim just with that long right hand, just possibly a fraction short, simply a shake of the head from Cervantes. That's better, good left hand. Oh, a decent uppercut though at the end of the round from Cervantes. So just guilty maybe switching off on a few occasions in that round. Had it all his own way in the opening round.
Yeah, a bit lackadaisy. Just maybe thinks he's too good for this kid. But listen, this is a 6-round fight. You've got to be in control of every second and every minute of every round, I should say. Stop. You know, there's little mistakes. Even if you still, you know, win the contest, you don't want to be picking little niggles up, little injuries, little cuts, working inside. Just keep everything at a distance. Don't need to be close to this guy.
He definitely had a little boost in confidence, the Colombian, in that round.
Yeah, he's game, and he's having a go.
I'm sure Kerim and his team would have been looking at Cervantes, looking at the record, and he has been stopped 17 times in those 35 defeats. So they probably would feel that they could get to their man here. But they don't always tell the story, do they?
No. But I think he could get to the guy if he keeps it long and stops more than his way. From here, from this range.
A little flurry from Kerim. Decent shot to the body as well. Takes it well, Cervantes.
Nice little uppercut on the inside. I'd like the community to just apply a bit more pressure from a distance. Keep it nice and long. Don't have to smother the work, as I stated earlier on. Good job.
Good movement as well from Kerim again.
As I said earlier on, inside the the venue's filling up. Big good crowds.
The there's still plenty of ambition from Cervantes as well. He's not deterred.
No, he's having a go. Again, I've stated earlier on, off screen, that these guys who are in the away corners, they need to win. They've got to win to keep on track and to keep getting outings and getting the paydays they deserve. And that's a lovely uppercut left hook.
A little bit of showboating at the end of the round. Possibly a tougher fight than he might have anticipated for Kerim Kerim, particularly after the opening stages of the first round. He appeared to have his man in a good bit of trouble.
At the same time, I think it's good matchmaking as well, just to test on what he still has left. Obviously, he's come on 2 losses off his last 3 contests, so he still wants to test himself. He still wants to prove himself. He belongs at the highest level, and it's not worth getting in there and knocking a guy out 1 round. You're getting none out of it. For me, it's a waste of a training camp. It's a waste of sparring. You want the rounds in the bank. And building momentum going into the next fight.
We're in the second half of the fight, and I'm presuming if I ask how your scorecard is looking there, you'll say, yeah, every round to Kerim, but not having everything his own way.
Yeah, not the start of this round anyway. Again, he's come to win. The Colombian's coming to have a go. He looks fit. He looks busy. Well, trying to be busy.
Oh, that's a lovely beauty of a left from Kerim. Well, Cervantes, he calls himself Pacquiao. That's his inspiration. That's who he tries to model himself on.
I don't think he's got that down to a table. Again, he's game. He's a game kid.
It's right what you say though about the smaller guys getting a bit of deserved attention, and I think there's a fella from Japan that's certainly helped that, who's moved through the divisions, but Naya Nui has certainly helped boxing fans, if you like, appreciate the small divisions.
Yeah, well, me and Mick General train Conor Butler, former Commonwealth and European champion, and they don't get the credit they deserve. And for me, I call it proper boxing. It's like, you know, it's 100 miles an hour, and what fans like to watch. But again, the heavyweight takes all the attention away from them.
It does, yeah. Where's Anui though in the pound for pound for you at the moment?
I'd like to see him leave Japan.
Well, I think he is, isn't he? He's having one more in Japan this year, then next year Bob Arum said he's going to be in Vegas.
Yeah, well,
he's boxed there before, hasn't he?
What's that? Yeah, but
he's boxed away from Japan.
But like recently, I'd like to see him out of there and see what. I think then you can put him in a pound. I mean, obviously he's up there with the best he'll probably ever been, but I'd like to just see him.
Moving, using the ring well, Kerim Kerim. I think it's got to the point in a contest where Kerim thinks, right, okay,
time to get him out of there.
Or he's not going anywhere, so may as well, as you say, get the rounds in, use the rounds, and not get too involved with any unnecessary skirmishes, if you like.
Yeah, I think it's good matchmaking. This opponent, the Colombian, I just think you know what you're getting with him. You know you're getting. You're not just gonna blow him out the water.
He's physically big and strong.
Yeah. He's tough, and with a nickname like Pacquiao, you know you've got to have a go. Again, Kerim, just a couple of double attacks. I'd like to see him going once and then going again.
Second round, 5th round.
So the penultimate round, or the action, at the Intercontinental Hotel, St Julian's Bay, Malta. Fantastic setting for a huge night of action. It's still Cervantes just moving forward, trying to claim centre of the ring, just still showing all the ambition. Kerim, though, will feel that each round has been his. Just inviting you into the corner now. Uses far superior footwork, and there we go, a good fast hands from Kerim.
Looks like he turned the screw here a bit.
Good sharp work again.
It's a good body shot that. Again, no, Pacquiao still coming forward.
Nothing like a good snappy 1-2 though, and then he follows it up with a decent body shot.
Lovely left hook to the body that.
Decent jab to head and body, and the right hook. He still marches forward.
He's not going to go away. He'll be there all night, this fella. Not a lot of work getting done. Then you could just do it, just applying a bit more pressure on him.
Good work in the corner from Kerim.
Kerim and Hussey make a great fight. That makes it a really, really good, interesting contest.
Final knockings of round 5. Just tries to stab that jab to the body again. Good right hand. And good work to just make the statement at the end of the round. You mentioned before his fitness of Cervantes. He's not blown or anything in the corner. He's in great shape.
And again, he's coming to win. He's coming to upset the apple cart. And they'll know that Kerim's coming off 2 losses out of his last 3 contests, so they'll going to try and upset it. And try and apply the pressure, but looking back on this replay, he looks sharp, still sharp in round 5. And that's the distance I was talking about, just from there. Don't have to get engaged, just keep it at that distance, but double the attack from a certain length.
So the 6th and final round. So what will we see? Will Cervantes really go for it in this final round? Will Kerim try and make a statement? Kerim certainly well ahead in terms of the fight. He would have won every round, bar patches of rounds.
Yeah, he's still been in control and he looks very fit himself. Just keep it at a distance, nothing stupid. Get the win and try and get out again as soon as possible.
But as you say, useful rounds, not just a blowout that's no good to anybody, and he's trying to maybe make the statement in this 6th and final round.
Yeah,
little wins from Carrion.
Yeah, he looks there with a body shot. But again, he goes forward.
I think Kerim's thinking, you know, 8 out of 10 would have been out of there tonight.
Yeah.
He's a decent power, Kerim as well. He has stopped 4 of his 11 victims.
It's a nice left hook. I think more of the little fellas, I think it's a lot of the stoppages come through volume aware.
Yeah.
The more volume, it's not many that one hit
Punch power, no.
One punch curl. Out there it's more of the volume.
Good work again from Casey Kerim.
Just going back to what I was stating earlier, are the little fellas. You could have an unbelievable Super 6 just with the British fighters. Just got to be careful there.
I think he's enjoyed it though.
Yeah, I think now it's just going to, you know, the enjoyment, not getting, as I stated before, not getting any injuries, not getting any niggles. Get out the ring and speak to his management team and say, when can the next get out?
It has been made to work. He gets caught right at the end of the 6th as well, and as we've seen throughout the fight, this game Colombian is giving it absolutely everything.
Yeah. He thinks he's won.
Throws his arms aloft.
I don't know whether he's happy just to see the end of the contest or he actually thinks he's won.
I think there's a bit of both. Well,
yeah.
Possibly.
It's a Kerim 6-0 for me.
Yeah. I think he's pleased with his performance though, Cervantes, and as well he might, because he's put on a really good show there and given Kerim a fair bit to think about throughout those 6 rounds.
Yeah. Just looking through the ropes there, see one of my old Salisbury teammates, Nathan Bruff, who's the trainer of Stephen Ferguson. He'll be on later as the evening goes on. You'll see Fergo out in his 4th contest. Nathan, what a fighter, boxed Jack Cattle for the Central Area title. And what Jack's gone on to achieve is unbelievable. And Fergo's actually sitting with him. Me and Nathan both box for the Salisbury Amateur Boxing Club. Oh yeah, Pacquiao on the shoulder. Me and Nathan saying there, both box for the Salisbury Amateur Boxing Club. England roommate, travel the world with England together. And now he's actually coaching Fergo in my gym. So we're a small little
the small boxing village. Yeah.
Little small group of friends who all want the best for each other, which is brilliant.
Well, both fighters are being called to the middle. We'll get, as soon as Cervantes has had that left glove removed, now we could go and get the official result. MC tonight, Robert Blundell.
contest are Bernard Niclas, Stephen Cook and Edmund Nicolet. Our timekeeper at the bell is Martin Fennick, and our referee in charge, Michael Brown. Introducing our first boxer, boxing out of the red corner, wearing the red shorts with blue trim. On the scales, he weighed in at 63.6 kilograms. This evening taking part in his 59th contest as a professional. From Georgia, Achiko Odikadze! And ladies and gentlemen, please welcome his opponent, facing him across the ring and boxing out of the blue corner. Wearing the grey shorts, and on the scales, he weighed in at 62.7 kilograms. He comes to the ring with a perfect record. 5 wins from 5 contests. 1 win by way of knockout from Liverpool, England, Ethan Brown.
So when we go in the super lightweight division, this scheduled for 6 3-minute rounds. It's Achiko Odikadze from Gori in Georgia, who wears the predominantly red with blue shorts, in against Liverpool's Ethan Brown, a 23-year-old who wears the silver shorts with his name emblazoned in black across the front of his band. And a real talent, this 23-year-old, and Derry Matthews, a fellow Scouser, knows all about this lad.
Yeah, Ethan, you know, an excellent fighter, come from an excellent club. Trains out to Kirkdale, out in Liverpool, with Stephen Arkin and Davit. Looks in control right away. Speaking to his manager recently, Stephen Vaughan Jr., and Stephen's got high hopes for him. You know, said he's the one he's got his eye on. He's moving in the right direction. I think he's given 2 dates already, or 3 dates even before Christmas. So, and that's what you need, a young up-and-coming fighter. You need to be kept busy, and with a manager who's got self-belief in him. And I believe Stephen will get this kid to the very top. A bit like what he done with myself, guided me in the right direction. Stephen's dad was my manager when I first turned over. Guided me in the right direction, give me as many fights as possible. Within 3 years I'd had 21 professional fights, and Stephen was talking about that's what he's going to be doing with all his new signings, or signings he's got now, keeping them active, keeping them busy. And you know, here in Malta you don't get opportunities all the time like this, so make the most of it, enjoy it, most of all get the win and be comfortable in there.
Well, he has been comfortable for the most part in this opening round. Did get caught with the right hand there just previously from the slightly unorthodox and fairly erratic Odikadze.
Yeah, I'm hoping he'll settle down. Odikadze will settle down in a minute. I think Ethan, you know, will be picking some nice shots, getting some guidance in the corner. I can see Danny Vaughan in the corner tonight with him. I don't know whether Stephen Arkin must be away, or he must be something why he's not there tonight, but Stephen is his trainer, and Danny must have just stepped in for him tonight.
Well, Brown with the height and reach advantage in there, much taller man, and that's great work to the body. Great work, and I don't think this fella fancies it much anymore now. Odikadze, the body work I think has done the damage there. Just found his range there, Brown, and really went to work.
Yeah, he looks huge for the weight as well. He does. He looks, you know, he looks a weight category above him, and again, I say he's a true professional, and this ain't going much longer.
Well, just caught him again. Just really got a handle on this fella now, Ethan Brown. And Odikadze, he did come out from the first bell and give it a go, and
saved by the bell.
Little smile on the face of Ethan Brown then when the bell went. think he's still feeling the effects of those body shots in there in that corner. Achiko, Odikadze.
That was an excellent round from Ethan. Again, as I stated earlier on, he's come from a good pedigree. The Kirkdale are a well-established club in the city of Liverpool, and he's an aggressive southpaw as well, which you don't see many of. He's a front foot, fighter in a southpaw position. You see a lot of them, but always on the back foot, counter punches. But Ethan is a young prospect as well. He's only 20 years of age. There's plenty of titles going to be coming his way over the next couple of years, and I look forward to basically following him around, really.
Well, round 2 is scheduled for 6, but from the evidence of the end of the first, not sure it's going to go very far. And there, the big right hand, and it was just bowled over Odikadze. And the referee Michael Brown giving the count.
Maybe the corner could throw the towel and save him.
It's going one way. No doubt about it. When he lands clean, Brown, that will be the end of the contest.
He looks so sharp, Ethan, by the way.
There we go.
That's done.
Well, too much. The combination there, the referee rightly weighs it off. There's no coming back really there from Achiko Odikadze. He's only going to get hurt, and that was very snappy, very impressive work from Ethan Brown.
And again, that's what you don't get paid for overtime. You want fights like this where you can showcase your skills live on the TV, and as you see his manager Stephen Vaughan getting in the ring with him. We know Stephen loves the camera. You like me saying that, but he loves the out photos. That's a lovely shot. So, a long left hook, basically. Lovely shot it was.
And the finish.
Again, it's the same. He's an aggressive southpaw. You don't get many of them about. And he looks solid. He looks huge for the weight, by the way. He looks huge.
Yep, excellent combination to end the contest. So he moves to 6-2.
Yeah, and I've seen the advertised last week. He's going to be out in Liverpool.
16th of November,
Yeah, and I think Stephen said to me he's going to be out in December as well. So, as a young prospect, that's what you want. Be kept busy in the show Stephen's putting on. That's what they're staying very, very busy. The oncoming prospects, and good on them.
Big round of applause for both of our boxers. Our referee Michael Brown stopped this contest after 43 seconds of round number 2, declaring your winner by TKO and still undefeated, Ethan Brown. We will have a short interval for our next contest. Ladies and gentlemen, we are now ready to get back to our boxing action. Please welcome our next boxer making their way to the red corner from Southampton, Valentin Marku!
Money gang family. MTF, 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 MTF. Vedem în el business. Vedem în el business. Apago que ton via fermo ca te fifes. Asero que sunt de misles. Stit bane me je mysterious. Anaro muna, ti facendo muna, plata pola po visco muna. Ana stato no muna, venan con no muna, boxera fasco to no muna. Feto fasu me cap, osh, feto fasu me cap. Tako mafia to parko, to nader fomu de felo na to vlepo Marku. Apo sa leter psemata, tam ustata po stipsu. Apo sa leo, tako sikones, ti spasu kato na dialeksin. Se faz mosta lajna puta i żuskruta cię.
And ladies and gentlemen, please welcome his opponent, making his way to the blue corner, from Essex in England, Kid Dynamite, Kerim Agius! Ladies and gentlemen, we are live on Fight Zone. We're Block 1 and Ball Group Malta proudly present 6 rounds of boxing in the Bantamweight division. Our 3 sporting judges ringside for this contest are Bernard Niclas, Stevie Crew and Miguel. Our timekeeper at the bell is Martin Bennett and our referee in charge. Ladies and gentlemen, that is our officials. It is now time to introduce our boxers. Introducing first and boxing out of the red corner, wearing white shorts. On the scales, he weighed in at 53.5 kilograms. He has a record of 3 wins and 3 losses. Introducing from Southampton, England, Valentin Marku! And ladies and gentlemen, please welcome his opponent facing him across the ring and boxing out of the blue corner. Wearing the white shorts with red trim. On the scales, he weighed in at 54 kilograms. He has an unbeaten record of 2 wins and 2 draws. Introducing from Essex in England, Kid Dynamite, Kerim Agius!
Well, here we go with an intriguing contest in the Bantamweight division. 6 3-minute rounds. This one is scheduled for, and it is, well, Kerim Agius, who wears the white shorts with the red stripes down the sides.
Round
the red
one.
panels in against Valentin Marku from Southampton, who wears white with black trim. And a really interesting matchup, this one. Both men have had their speed bumps in their early careers. Both novices, really, novice pros. Agius, the 26-year-old from Dagenham, 2 wins and 2 draws on the record, has jumped in away corners, taken opportunities. And Marku, the Albanian based in Southampton, 3 wins and 3 defeats. And again, feels hard done by with a couple of those defeats. So these 2 boys with plenty of ambition.
Yeah, listen, both records speak for themselves. They're both, as you said, at the bumps in the road, but they've both come into a 50-55. In my eyes, on paper, it's all 50-50. But again, anything can happen. I think Marku looks the bigger guy. If I'm honest, he looks so strong. so big.
Yeah, well, Agius, more of a natural flyweight, really.
Yeah.
But you know what it's like with opportunity? Again. Agius marching forward there.
Careful with the clash of heads. Oh yeah.
Well, Agius just on the front foot, just trying to move Marku around. So Agius, Kid Dynamite as he goes by.
Yeah,
a very frenetic start to this one.
Going back to what I was saying before, he looks the bigger size. Agius looks the bigger man. With the red trim, he looks, he looks a weight category above on while we're here.
Taller man, longer range.
Longer range. And now we switched to southpaw. Good backhand.
So fairly lively, if fairly hard to score opening round, really.
Weren't much in it. I'll go with Agius on the front foot, Kid Dynamite, a bit more aggressive.
Well, he just lost his, drew his last fight back in June against Curtis Wiggins.
Yeah, no, when I was watching that, I thought I've seen this kid before. Kurt from Liverpool, from my old amateur boxing club, the Salisbury. So I knew I'd seen him, and listen, he put up a great fight that night. I think he put Kurt over twice as well, so he can punch a bit. So it'll be interesting as the contest goes on.
Proudly wearing the Maltese colours as well, Kerim Agius. This fine setting, the Intercontinental Hotel, St Julian's Bay, Malta. All the action. A busy night of boxing.
Yeah, and going back to the draw with Kurt, again credit to him. Where he could have picked an easier opponent. It was down in London, but again he wanted to challenge himself. Boxed a senior ABA champion, and same with Kurt, he wanted a challenge himself, and that's what it's about. You've got to get in there, test yourself. It's not where getting in there, knocking people over for 10 contests and then coming unstuck in your 11th one, and you've got to challenge yourself each round, each contest I should say, and not overdo it, but just always a little test every now and again is always better than blowing people over.
Well, Agius is obviously unbeaten with just the 2 wins, 2 draws, with Marku obviously having 3 defeats on the record, but as you say, too much made anyway of this protecting the O, isn't there?
Yeah, people think you've got to protect your O, and if you get beat, I should say, it's the end of the world. You only have to look at Olivia earlier on. She's come back off a loss, had a great win again tonight, a few more contests. I'm sure she's going to be knocking on the door for some titles. And again with this fella here, you can see he looks strong, he looks comfortable.
You just feel that He's on top of it. Probably just the power, really,
just
the element.
Just looks physically
yeah.
stronger, and again, as I stated earlier on, size. He looks a bit busy, but again, Marku, being a southpaw, can be very back foot, scoring shots, moving, staying busy. It's okay coming forward, you've got to be throwing shots and scoring shots.
He's really trying to sink that right hand in there, Agius in the corner. Marku just extricating himself away from there.
Got to be careful with the clash of heads.
A good little flurry at the end of the round there from Marku. There's nothing landing too clean from either man. Agius just having the better of it in general.
I just think the physical presence and the more aggression is given in the rounds. Marku, I just think, needs to be a bit busy with the hands from a southpaw stance, being a bit more. Obviously, Agius is a bit stronger, physically stronger, so just get the shot scored, fire and load the shot, being busy, get on the back foot, moving around, bit of ring craft.
Certainly slowed down a bit.
Yeah, come on, all first round, all guns blazing. Now it's just, I think he's going to try and look for the big shot.
We're just having a breather, maybe.
Yeah. That looks a bit better for Marku. He's been a bit busy, a bit more. There you go. He's having a round off here, isn't he? By the looks of it.
Well, it's Marku that is trying to force the tempo here.
He's got to stay on that.
A decent right hand got through there from Agius, and back comes Marku. Now you just get the feeling Agius is just started to step it up a little bit.
Now he's got to work. He's got to keep him there and keep him working.
Decent body shot from Marku.
It's a good round for Marku. Minute left. I think Marku's got to sustain the attacks and then go again.
The right hand, plenty of venom behind it from Agius. I think that's the favoured shot.
You can work him there. He's doing some good work. Marku on the back foot, pivoting, making angles, creating angles, but then not going again. He's going too far out of range for me.
He's had some success with the right hand there, and again with the left, but as you say, he's not putting the punches together. But you give Marku that round?
I give that Marku that round, yeah. And if he applies himself a bit more, I think he could, you know, could sort of take over.
Well, we thought this might be an intriguing one. It's 2-1 then, you would say, to Kid Dynamite in terms of round to the halfway point of this one.
Yeah, I don't know what I just said before, Don, but it looks like he was taking a round off, slowed right down. Be interesting how this one starts. And I always think when you get into a fight or when things aren't going a fighter's way, you switch a lot. If someone's changing something, it's because I'm getting to them and working and figuring them out.
So we go into the second half of this fight. Will we see Agius step it up? Will we see Marku have a bit more success? Certainly put plenty into that third round.
Good jab to the body by Marku, and again. See, Agius is coming forward, but he's not doing that well. He's getting there and then not working. And Marku needs to attack.
It's very much Agius on the front foot.
Sit down on the shot. You think he's going to sit down, Luke?
He does keep popping that southpaw jab out, doesn't he, Marku? And
he can't seem to pin him down.
No, he's elusive.
Good boy.
It's sort of like Hugo Weigel. Now Marku needs to apply the pressure on the ropes.
Just that high guard as
good shot
tries to work his way in. Agius and Marku. Some clever work. Decent shot as well, just felt by Agius that. I was going to suggest that maybe Marku doesn't have the power to really worry Agius, because he's kind of happy to take what he's throwing at him at the moment. There's nothing concussive being thrown there, but he has had plenty of success, Marku, in the last, with this round and the previous round.
As I said in the first round, the size difference look huge. I think that is the only thing what's stopping Marku getting to Agius. He's hitting him with some great scoring shots, but they're not really having much effect.
Well, decent right hand there from Agius, but Marku again fires back and gains decent movement, gets out of trouble at the end of the round there. So, well, Derry, I think we've got a very close one on our hands potentially here. Now, you'd certainly give Agius the first two, I think, am I right in saying, and then the second two, Marku's your man?
Yeah, I'd say Marku. That one was a bit closer than the third round, I'd say, but for me, he's scoring the cleaner shots. And it's the judges what's scoring over here. There's no referee scoring, so it's all judges who scored the contest. See, lovely little screw shot.
Some clever work from Valentin Marku.
It's an interesting one. It's all on these last two rounds.
Well, both fighters set off at a furious pace. Naturally, it had to calm down a little bit, and it certainly has in the last couple of rounds. It's been a little bit more strategic.
In the corner, shouting don't switch off, stay focused.
Well, he's still moving well, Marku, still bouncing on his toes.
Good backhand. Kid Dynamite just can't seem to pin him down. He's getting there, just not letting the shots go.
Just falling short on the way in as well, a little bit, Agius.
And then Marku's doing the great work, pivoting on the ropes, but then he's got to sustain the attack. Again, backhand, great backhand by Marku. See again, it's good walking forward, it's okay coming forward. You've got to be landing the shots. Marku can't seem to keep him off.
Well, he's proven an awkward opponent. He's very slick, really. Marku's again. We
think
sometimes
Dynamite's physically strong, isn't he?
Yep. Valentin Marku, he was stopped in his last fight by Alejandro. No, sorry, not his last fight. One of the fights he was only had the one stoppage, that to Alejandro Torres, but. It's about improving and taking these blips, isn't it? As you were talking about earlier on, and not worrying too much about those speed bumps in the road. And Marku, he really fancies the job here. Took a right hand there. Agius will still surely have the power to trouble him if he gets through like he did on that occasion.
Good body shot. And again.
Just on his bike again a little bit, Marku, and I've just called him for the first time really as well. I wonder if that body shot
got to him.
Yeah.
See, Kid Dynamite looks physically strong.
So a decent end to the fight, the round I should say, from Agius. Just got through to Marku.
Yeah, I'd say Agius just nicked that one. You can see him there in the corner asking was in his round.
Well, he's got to make sure in the final round if he wants the decision, that's for sure, because Marku's very much in this fight. And fair play to him, he's lost his last two. Lost his last two, I should say. Valentin Marku, but he's doing everything he can to get back on with track winning ways tonight, but well, are we going to see a last hurrah? And
I'll tell you what, he gives some of the flyweights and the super flyweights a bit of trouble. Because you can tell by looking at him, he's not a bantamweight. No.
In this final round now, Agius will know he's got to maybe try and make sure here. Oh, decent right hand. And again, he's really going to try and find a home for that. And Marku comes back again and takes a short left hook as well. And well, Agius really has stepped it up in this final round.
Yeah, maybe the corner's told him he's got to win the round. He's got to apply the pressure, I keep saying there. There's a good shot. Good uppercut by Marku.
The tiredness is certainly playing his part now as well.
You can hear the corner saying, come off on the angle, stay with it. Gate instructions. Not back in straight lines. No, go, no, now he's got a... Good jab.
Well, his volume of punches has been very impressive, Marku, and Agius has certainly landed the bigger shots and he's trying to do so again.
He's scored some good shots on this round, Marku. Again, it depends on what the judges are looking for.
Well, we thought this might be an intriguing contest. It certainly has been.
Under a minute to go as well. He's got to keep busy.
A real contrast. And credit to, well, the fitness of these fellas as well under the bright lights. Well, we're just approaching the final knockings. Who's going to have the final say? Who will make a statement? Who'll catch the eye? These last few seconds. Well, both men trying to let the hands go, and I think Marku just about has the final to say that, but that was really good fair served up between Kerim Agius and Valentin Malta. So here we go.
Can we please have a big round of applause for both of our boxers? After 3 rounds of action, we go to our judges' scorecards, where we have a split decision.
Split decision.
Miguel has scored the contest 59 points to 55 in favour of Agius. Stephen Cook has scored the contest 59 points to 55 in favour of Valentin Marku. Niclas has scored the contest 58 points to 56 in favour of your winner by split decision. Kid Dynamite! Kerim! Agree!
couple of hits and then I did 6 figures written when I entered. Cold world, Mr. I stay hot, doing numbers like K-pop. BTS in the flesh while they flapping. I laugh all the way to the Deutsche Bank. Stay the fuck out my lane, avoid the pain. I'm really him, Bruce Jenner, boy. I'm boisterous, loud moves for crews from mad voices. It's like a team.
And ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our second challenger, making their way to the blue corner from Romania, Andrei, Cristian, Florian. We are live on Fight Zone from the Intercontinental Hotel in Malta, where Block 1 and Bone Group Malta, sponsored by Pub Casino, proudly presents 10 rounds of action for the vacant WBF International Light Heavyweight Championship. This contest is sanctioned by the NBA, our Commissioner Mark James, and the WBF President Howard Goldberg. Our 3 scoring judges for this contest are Stephen Cook, Bernard Niclas and Kirsten Brown. Our timekeeper at the bell is Martin Bennett, and our referee in charge, Zabidi Lagos. Ladies and gentlemen, that is our officials. It is now time to introduce our boxers. Introducing first and boxing out of the red corner, wearing red shorts with black and gold trim. On the scales, he weighed in at 79.9 kilograms. He comes to the ring with a record of 38 wins and 21 losses. He has 29 big wins by way of knockout. Introducing, from Colombia, Hussey, Miguel, Torres. Shorts with white trim. On the scales, he weighed in at 79.2 kilograms. He comes to the ring with an undefeated record. 6 wins from 6 contests, with 3 big wins by way of knockout. From Romania, Andrei, Cristian, Florian.
Round 1.
Well, on we go. This is a WBF International Light Heavyweight contest. Jose Miguel Torres, who wears the black with red and yellow trim, in against Andrei Cristian Florian, the Sylvanian warrior from Romania, who wears the red shorts with the white tasseled panels. A very exciting prospect. In and against Torres, who vastly experienced, but 45 years of age now. He's 38 wins on his record, 29 inside the distance, but he also does have 21 defeats and has been stopped 15 times. Florian, 6 fights, 6 wins, 3 inside the distance, wants to make a statement at this fabulous event at the Intercontinental Hotel in St. Julian's in Malta.
Yeah. Right away when he first come to the ring, when he first started, Florian landed a good scoring jab. Torres complained right away to the referee, and he complained about a shot to the back of the head. So I'm guessing Florian, very heavy-handed, obviously 6 wins, 3 KOs, looks huge for light heavyweight. Looks a giant. Flashy kit, must be a flashy fighter, big puncher and a big Romanian. Nice guard, nice tight guard, nice solid, looks got a solid base.
Decent amateur as well, technically correct.
Just got to be careful walking in, it's getting caught with stupid backhands.
19 years of age, it's the scary thing.
That is a scary thing. Big guy, big 19, solid, with a big future ahead.
They're very much two guys at the different stages of their careers. Torres from Colombia did win his last fight back home. He has been on the road a long time.
Staying back there, you're back to the likes of Mark Murray. Big middleweight, solid middleweight. Obviously Torres moved up to the light heavy 80 kilo division, and you can tell size wise he does look like a middleweight, a super middleweight even. Florian looks like a whole lot weight category above him, and looks a huge puncher. But Torres knows his way around the ring. Good defensive skills on the ropes. Interesting first round, quick first round.
But it's interesting, obviously, when you look at lads like Jose Miguel Torres, and he's got Florian there setting about him, but he has, as you say, been around. You know, you don't survive as long as he has in this game unless you know what you're doing. This is 60th professional fight tonight.
Yeah, you've got to know, you know, you've got to know your job. You've got to know. And you've got to stay fit, and you automatically will be fit with that many contests. You're boxing week in, week out on the road, a lot of travelling. He's been in this position before, in this scenario before, as you stated earlier on, with the likes of Lemieux and Mark Murray, two world-class operators, two world-class fighters. He's been in there. This is not to him. It was someone having the seventh contest.
Second out. Second round.
But will age catch up with him?
We go, yeah. You mentioned the flashy shorts before, Derry. Well, they're not even shorts, are they?
But look, listen, Torres has come out here, he's got some nice jabs. He's busy, he's wanting to win. And it's a little bit of a test for Florian, it's a good test.
Well, he probably needs a little bit of ambition to just try and keep this fella off for the time being anyway.
Yeah.
Bobbing his way in.
Torres has got so much ring craft, knows the game inside out. In range, out of range.
Whoa, decent left shot. Well, Torres doesn't seem hurt. I think he's saying that he slipped. He just caught his boot down the side of the canvas.
Yeah,
definitely a left hook went in there.
I thought it was a left hook. Are you ready? I thought it was a left hook to the body.
He doesn't look happy anyway, though, now, does he?
No. But again, he started the round well.
Yeah.
Apart from that knockdown, he was. See? His head movement's brilliant.
Well, he's using a few tricks now.
Referee needs to get control of it.
Oh, and again, lets his hands go. Florian and Torres. Well, I'm not sure he fancies this task whatsoever.
Yeah, he just must be a big hitter, big serious puncher. And as his record says, 3 KO over 6 fights. Big, heavy-handed guy. And with Torres coming to the end of the career, as I said before, age might have caught up with him.
Oh, but he's very decent when he lets the hands go, but the problem is he can't keep Florian off him. And again, going to ground.
That is a knockdown. I'm afraid, Torres, that is a...
Well, final knockings of the second round. Well, Torres goes to the corner. He's complaining. He's not happy. Some discussion going on there.
He was doing some good work in the round as well.
The first knockdown here. There.
So that's up, yeah.
But then after that, we didn't see the shot, but he was.
I think you see it better in the second.
Yeah.
I love headshots.
Then a stroke the shoulder.
Yeah,
well.
Check it out. Third round.
Well, this one's scheduled for 10 rounds. I'm not sure we're going to see 10 rounds.
I think he's gone for all both. Torres, I think he's come out to.
I thought he was going to ground again there. Another.
I'm looking at Torres' boots as well. He's got odd boots on. One's a Reebok and one's a Nike. Strange.
Good spot. He's chatting away there. He's chatting to the corner. Now it looks like he's goading Florian.
Well, you can tell he's been around a long time.
Oh, and now just the clubbing shots from Florian.
One.
Oh, he's waved it up. The referee's seen enough. Well, Torres, is he complaining about the back of the head there? I don't think, even though in those little flurries that when he was throwing his hands, he actually.
Fuck your hoe, cause she like that.
Very decent, but I just think he just didn't fancy the task. The guy, Florian, was too big, too powerful, and when he was landing, he was hurting him clearly. And
yeah, and on the last knockdown there, I thought the referee was going to give him a counter and give the other kid a warning for hurting him while he was down, but the referee's waved it off. Good decision. I think it was only going to go one way. I think the more tired he would have got, he'd have got hit with bigger shots.
His body language was strange as well throughout.
Even in the first round, when he got hit with the first shot, he tried to complain to the referee. So I knew from there he didn't fancy the job.
Yeah, it was a little bit of a naughty shot at the end. Florian got away with. And the Sylvanian warrior moves on to 7 fights, 7 wins, 4 inside the distance. Want to keep an eye on Derry?
Yeah, 100%.
As a 19-year-old?
As a 19-year-old, yeah. A big 19-year-old WBF international, so I look forward to following his journey and seeing where he goes from there and his next outing.
Ladies and gentlemen, please have a big round of applause for both of our boxers. Our referees Niclas have called a halt to this contest after 1 minute and 36 seconds of round 3. Declaring your winner by TKO, and now the WBF International Light Heavyweight Champion, Andrei Cristian Florian. Ladies and gentlemen, please, a big round of applause for Jose Miguel Torres. first and making their way to the red corner from Bosnia, Leon Maric.
The gold fleet high, living in my blue and pop. Top dollar with the gold.
More or less a half and half record, 11 wins, 6 coming inside the distance, 13 defeats. And Banja
good to see Scott still involved in the sport. Last time I come over to Malta, he was a bit of help for us, showed us around the place, looked after the lads and the squad around us. So he's a good man.
And still doing a bit, I believe.
Yeah, he's still having a go. He boxed Steve Martin a couple of months back it was actually. Got to keep going that body. Nice jab again.
The straight shots working, doing the business really for Elfstedt.
He's throwing 3 reverse 1-2s, backhand jab. I've seen him throwing this round, so add another shot to it, maybe a left hook.
I think Maric has been frustrated in this round. He's been trying to get inside, but just those ramrod jab and
and then he doesn't sustain the attack. It's like he tries to get there, but then can't go again.
Shot to the body, again from Elfstedt.
Lovely left hook to the body.
He's picking the shots well now.
I keep going the body, bring the hands down, and vary over the top.
Nice little chopping left hook there as Maric piled in. It's picked off by the Swede.
Round the elbows, got to get round them elbows.
Very good round for Elfstedt.
Good round, very good.
He tamed the little bull really, didn't he, in that round? Good work to head and body throughout the round. Peach of a left hook. So round 3, this scheduled for 6, and Niclas Elfstedt seemingly in control of this fight. Good couple of rounds so far. You know, he's using his physical advantages to good effect at the moment.
Yeah, there's variation as well, head body. You always think, because you're fighting a shorter guy, a lot of fighters don't go downstairs, and he's working the body well. Nice solid jab again. Lovely left hook to the body.
He stopped 7 of his 13 victims, Niclas Elfstedt. Does have decent power. Been stopped once himself as well. Last year when he travelled to Canada, boxed Terry Asias, and there's a delayed reaction there from Maric from the body shot. And he looks in some trouble.
There,
yeah, the gum shield is out.
He's done.
Little shake of the head. He's in some trouble there, isn't he? Some distress. His eye as well.
Yeah. Some pain over his eye. It's an eye injury.
What is? A bit discombobulated in the
They need
corner.
to get a doctor over to him.
Well, the left eye is certainly troubling him, but he seems in some distress here. There's an uppercut from Elfstedt there, and that's what did the damage. Thought it was lower than that, but it's an uppercut that's caused the eye damage. And
could be an eye socket.
well, yeah, in some distress. You could see straight away the left eye, the gum shield came out. Thought an earlier body shot had done the damage. Now he seems okay. Back on his feet anyway, at least. Well, a disappointing end for Leon Maric. Another win for Niclas Elfstedt.
contest after 1 minute and 18 seconds of round number 3. Declaring your winner by TKO, Niclas Elfstedt. Ladies and gentlemen, please a big round of applause for Leon Maric.
Like an ice socket, it'd be interesting to find out what the damage is.
Well, Elfstedt, the 40-year-old from Sweden, now based in Malta, he moves to 14-2-1.